Hello everybody. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to go over the fundamental analysis of the NFP that will be released tomorrow. I'll be talking to you why I expect the NFP to be released the way I expect it to be, and the impact that it will be having in the markets. So if that sounds interesting to you, please do stick with us until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn on the bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever we release content like this in the future. Without further ado, let's get it. Cool. So the NFP is a non-farm payroll. NFP is the non-farm payroll. It's a US event, for those that don't know it. One of the most volatile fundamentals for the US. Where is it at? Right here. Non-farm payroll for April. The previous report was at 236K. Currently, it's anticipated or it's forecasted to come out at 180K. Now, the non-farm payroll, okay. The non-farm payroll is the payroll of sectors that exclude, the farming. That's why it's called non-farm. It measures the change in number of people employed during the previous month. So for instance, now we're in May, it measures the change in number of the previous month, excluding the farming industry, right? So job creation is the furthermost indication of consumer spending, which accounts for the majority of the economic activities. So as you can see, it's a big deal, right? It's one of the most fundamental, most volatile events. So non-farm payroll, there are some reports that you can read that will actually give you a highlight of what's really going to happen in the non-farm payroll before it's actually released. Some of those fundamentals are like the GDP. You can have the interest rate, which came out yesterday. But unfortunately, for instance, the interest rate that came out yesterday, let's look at that. Yesterday, we can see here we had the interest rate for the US right here. It came out at 5.2. It came out at 5.2. Anticipated being 5.2. It did have a negative impact on the market, making the US dollar become bearish. And then the Form's press conference came out, boosting the US dollar even lower. Right? So it was insane. So currently, this interest rate won't really impact the NFP that will be coming out tomorrow, but it will be impacting the NFP that will be coming out next month, right? So the way it works is that the news release of this month impact the fundamental release of the coming month. It doesn't work week to week, back to back, in a few exceptions, which for instance, like this one right here, which is another indication or another indicator of the NFP, the ADP non-farm employment change for April. Obviously now we're in May, so this one is for the previous month. Now we can see here, the previous report was at 142K. The anticipated was about 148K, and then the actual reading came out at 296K. A very strong positive reading for the US dollar, right? This is one of the major indications of the NFP, right? Another major indication is initial jobless claim, or jobless claim, if you will, which comes off at the week of the NFP or the previous week. As we can see here, this week, it's not here. So it came out last week. Unemployment claims right here, and you can see unemployment claims came out 230. So the previous was at 246, and then they anticipated for the claims to come out at 247K, which it didn't. It came out at 230, which is lower than expected. But since it's unemployment, that means it came out positive for the US dollar, right? So that means there were few people claiming to be unemployed, which is good for the economy, good for the dollar. And as you can see here this week, the ADP too came out positive. Unlike its forecast, it came out positive for the US dollar, giving the US dollar more bullish momentum. So these are the two indications that I always look at for, you know, the major indications for the NFP before I actually make my decision. So since all of them are coming out positive and they're actually going contrary to what was actually previously anticipated, I do anticipate that tomorrow on the NFP, the fundamental will come out positive or better than expected for the NFP right here. As you can see, it's also again coming out here, it's indicating it's 180. So I'll be expecting the number to come out greater than 180, and the fundamental will actually be having a positive impact from the NFP, which will make the US dollar become stronger. So that's my anticipation, or that's what I'm anticipating to happen on the US dollar tomorrow during the NFP. If you found value in this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, drop in the comments what you think of the fundamentals, and turn on the bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever we release content like this, as our channel is packed with information based off trading. You don't want to miss that out. Check out other videos. Till next time, guys. Appreciate you all. Take it easy out there.